In 2023, generative AI has emerged as a transformative force in the technological landscape. While the benefits are many, CIOs also face the daunting challenges of adopting generative AI and analytics in their organization. So what awaits CIOs in 2024? We welcome Queenie Wong, the Director of Customer Advisory, SAS Malaysia. I want to say thank you very much, Queenie, for joining us. Firstly, Queenie, as a director, what specific observation do you have regarding technology's trends in 2023, especially in the context of your role and expertise?
Hi, good morning. Thanks, Dina, for having me on your program. The adoption of AI and generative AI has taken a huge stride in 2023. It has become an emerging and transforming force across industries for many organizations. As you mentioned, CIO have adopted it, and there are also many challenges. We've seen AI and generative AI or Gen AI in area where augmented suggestions, they automate suggestions in giving you text to answers, and many people have adopted this as an answer, right, to making things easier at workplace and also in their personal life. We also see Gen AI being adopted in the area of digital twins for supply chain to simulate examples and testing, and also spotting suspicious activities in financial transaction and recognizing the different patterns in real time. So these are the things that we observe of how AI and has been adopted in 2023. And of course, there are many challenges coming up with it.
Given the emergence of generative AI as a transformative force in 2023, can you elaborate on how you foresee it becoming a game changer and what potential impacts it may have on businesses and even industries?
Okay, with all good things, there comes also the opposite side of things, right? The bad things and all that. While companies and organizations are using analytics and Gen AI for good, there are also the flip side of things where people are capitalizing on the capability of AI and generative AI to do other stuff as well, right? For example, as we are finding out, as we use AI to do better good, the other flip side of things is we do the other to try and convince people to do more things that are probably not to their advantage. So, for example, Gen AI and AI, if not used properly, could accelerate, for example, fraud for online and more in the adoption of digital, because it's about consuming data. So organizations adopting AI analytics as well as the Gen AI need to make sure that they address the challenges faced with regards to ethical considerations and trustworthiness. Consumers are concerned, right, whether the information provided is trustworthy or not. Hence, organization has to apply a lot of measures around it and governance around how the data is being used, how the data is being analyzed, and how the model, and what would be the outcome if they do it correctly, right? The other thing that we also see is that the possibility of unreal realities. So we do need to do checkpoints on how some of these output from Gen AI can affect their lives. So in 2024, organization needs to be more aware of how they push out some of these applications and these information outputs that is being applied, especially when the information is given to consumers. And how consumers would adopt that. So the general awareness needs to go out to the consumers abroad to see how they can consume some of this data and to be more aware what are the information that they're using for and what the information they're asking for.
So what industries or sectors are expected to be most profoundly impacted by its advancements?
Obviously, from the financial industry, because of the real-time transaction that's happening now, right? The other one would be government services, the manufacturing folks, and also information given to the citizens at large. So these are the few areas that we see use cases to be deployed by analytics AI for the better good. Hence, it is definitely very important to ensure that we have trustworthy AIs. We have ensure that there's trustworthiness in the AI deployment, right? And it's very important that companies and organizations, including government, have governance around the data that's being used and data that's being analyzed.
And Queenie, we want to talk about with your focus on customer advisory and data analytics. How do you perceive the evolution of the role of data analytics in 2023? Are there notable shifts or advancements that organizations should be aware of?
The big notable shift in 2023 and moving forward 2024 would be the adoption of digitalization across the different organizations. As companies introduce more real-time data, real-time application and real-time responses to consumers and also B2B engagements, it's very important for them to understand how analytics is being used. We do see analytics being used in a lot of this real-time decisioning. So, for example, when you apply for loan, understanding your customer, understanding as well as getting information on government services. So these are all very notable initiatives that we see. Now, moving forward in 2024, a lot of these will be a little bit more automated. Definitely, we see there will definitely be lots more automation in delivering this information. At the same time, we also see more digital transaction happening besides being information on besides monetary transaction. We will also see a lot more information going out to the public at large when there's a lot of digital deployment through the digital app. So as more people get more inclined in using more digital application in transaction as well as information consumption, analytics have a very, very big play to make sure that information gets out on time, gets out correctly as well, in a more accurate way through the digital channels.
How can the 20 million ringgit allocation for the establishment of the country's first artificial intelligence AI faculty at the University of Technology Malaysia, as included in the 2024 national tabling, contribute to the further enhancement and emergence of opportunities and innovation in the AI sectors?
The biggest thing is that we are grateful that so much money has been allocated. That's great. I think it's very important that the faculty uses the information for the better good to do a lot of testing to see how real-time information can be transformed and can be get more insights on this information, and to be able to deploy or create applications that could better use for the businesses, either it's B2B, B2C, or also government to consumers. I think this is a big thing, a big role that the faculty could use, right, to look at how better deployed, how information can be better deployed, AI can be better deployed, and also be monitored at the same time. On the other side, the flip side of it is to be able to provide the awareness campaigning out to the public as to how they could use this information and this technology wisely, so that they are more aware of the good and the flip side of of how some of this information can be, how they can consume some of this information.
In your experience, Queenie, what insights can you share regarding the adoption of generative AI in the organizations during 2024? Additionally, what challenges do CIOs and technology leaders commonly encounter when integrating generative AI and analytics into their operations?
The first one that I would advise many people is to look at the data and govern their data. That's the most important, to ensure that the data has a level of governance around it. The other challenges would be to ensure that they are able to deploy quickly, right, and to ensure that the information, that you have enough people who understands the information and coach how some of this adoption can be used. The other thing that we also see is that the ability, the people must be trained, right? One of the challenges is that you need to have train people in the understanding of how you can use the technology and how you can consume the data. One of the things that we also see is that with automation, there seems to be a threat to say that there will be a reduction in workforce. In light of this, actually there will not be a reduction. They'll be actually creating better jobs and more with relations to making decisions and executing some of these processes that the automation of the data can do, right? So we do see that besides the challenges, there are also a lot of advantages faced by the CIO.
All right, balance with 2 minutes left. Queenie, maybe looking ahead to 2024, in your POV, what are the top trends that organizations should be careful about? Are there specific areas of technologies that will significantly impact businesses, and how should they prepare for these shifts? What's your forecast?
I think the organization needs to be very prepared. Like I said, understanding the customer needs. AI and technologies are all capabilities that are available. I think more importantly is how does this information get out to the business user? So understanding the channel to reach out to the user, that's very important. And the other one is to use this technology to better understand the consumer behavior or their customer behavior, so that they can provide the relevant information at the right time.